by the Montana Television Network. Montana This Morning continues on Montana's News Leader.
Today, President Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin meet in extended one-on-one for the first time. I'm Kylie Atwood in Helsinki with the many issues they could discuss.
More and more people move to Bozeman each day. I'm Adair Spab, and coming up, I'll let you know how commissioners are planning to deal with this growth.
Good morning, Southwest Montana. Happy Monday. I wanted to say Friday. Wow, just jump right into it. No, we've got too much to do today. It is actually Monday. In fact, our top story this morning, after spending the past week pressing European allies on trade and defense spending, President Trump holds his long-anticipated summit with Russian President Vladimir Putin.
And the two men will meet alone for 90 minutes, which has some concerns that the president may make unnecessary concessions. But Mr. Trump has said this may be the easiest meeting of his entire trip. CBS's Kylie Atwood was at the summit in Helsinki, Finland.
The world will be watching as President Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin sit down for their first summit here in Helsinki. The president isn't promising deliverables.
I don't expect anything. I frankly don't expect. I go in with very low expectations.
And Trump administration officials say there is no set agenda.
So this is an attempt to see if we can diffuse and take some of the drama and quite frankly, some of the danger out of the relationship right now.
The president is not sure that today's meeting can flip a switch on the fraught U.S.-Russia relationship. He singled out the Russia investigation as a major sticking point.
I think we're greatly hampered by this whole witch hunt that's going on in the United States, the Russian witch hunt.
The Mueller investigation indicted 12 more Russians for election interference on Friday. The president says he'll raise the issue of Russian meddling in the 2016 election.
I will absolutely bring that up. I don't think you'll have any, gee, I did it, you got me.
Russia's hostile actions in Ukraine and Syria are two other top burner issues expected to come up in today's meeting. Former National Security Advisor to President Obama, Tom Donilon.
The list of actively hostile actions by the Russians since Putin's return to office is extreme, and we haven't had any response from the president on this. This is really his responsibility now.
The two have met at global events in the past, but never in an extended one-on-one like today. Kylie Atwood, CBS News, Helsinki.
Now this morning, President Trump tweeted, quote, "Our relationship with Russia has never been worse, thanks to many years of the U.S. foolishness and stupidity, and now the rigged witch hunt," unquote.
Again, more to follow coming up at 7 o'clock on CBS This Morning.
Absolutely. Yep. And a little bit more to follow on our Monday forecast. Mr. Matt Elwell joins us.
I'm following it too. What
yes.
do you think? Well, actually, our temperatures are going to be okay. I'm not expecting extremely warm temperatures, but it's not going to be particularly cool either. So close those windows early today and trap some of that cool air inside. Temperatures into the 50s for most of the area. There is a good chance that we'll see some showers and thunderstorms develop later today. Temperatures popping up into the mid-80s by the mid-afternoon, and then thunder showers possible for the early evening. We'll talk about the timing of all that. It's all coming up in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Matt. 6:32 now on this Monday. Bozeman City will be discussing growth tonight at the regular City Commission meeting.
And MTN's Adair Spab explains how the city is learning from its past while looking towards the future.
City commissioners have funded an update to Bozeman's current growth policy, but the planning board is asking for direction on what should be included in the new document.
Yes, it was most recently adopted in 2009. Obviously, for those who've been around, the community has changed quite a bit in the intervening time. A lot of growth, a lot of development, both internally and externally to the city. And so it's an opportunity for us to look at those changes, look at what trends may be happening in the future, and be able to adapt.
Bozeman's planning board has analyzed the current growth policy over the last year and has stated that they find the plan too long, too vague, and too concerned with the present and not looking enough towards the future.
The growth policy gives us a chance to look forward to areas where there's likely to be a constraint of some sort, whether that's a utility issue, roadway issue, all kinds of different things, and be able to begin planning for resolution of that before it has reached a crisis proportion.
Some, but not all of the issues the planning board is asking on how to address include sprawl, infrastructure, conservation, parking, and coordination with Gallatin County. In Bozeman, Medeiros Babb, MTN News.
And of course, we will update you on the advice from the guidance commissioners and from Mayor Cindy Andrus that they'll be giving at the planning board meeting tomorrow during our evening newscasts.
Well, this Saturday, top high school football athletes in the state will take the field for the annual East-West Shrine Game. It's played to help raise needed money for Shrine hospitals for children in Spokane. Montana Shrine Game has become one of the top shrine games in the nation for hospital donations. Starting today, we'll bring you stories of Montana families who have benefited from the work done there, beginning with Molly.
My name's Amalia Ostwald and I'm from Havre, Montana. I had scoliosis and I was put into a torso brace, and that was supposed to correct my scoliosis. My experience was really great. The doctors were very nice and kid-friendly.
She was diagnosed when she was 5 years old. It was a good experience. It's a very family-friendly place, and she loved to go there. It was a neat trip for us to get to go to Spokane.
Yeah, we like to go down to the play area. There was like a basketball hoop, there was little shapes you could build stuff with and climb on it. There was an area outside, there was an Xbox, a little TV room, just fun to hang out down there. They taught me like what it would be like if I didn't wear my brace and the difference if I did wear my brace. They taught me how to put on my brace. They showed me x-rays of before and after, with on my brace on and without it. And my favorite was Sandy. She was my social worker because she told us restaurants to eat at, hotels to stay at, fun things to do while we're there. And I like to play tennis, I like to go bike riding, swimming, walking my dogs, badminton, and that would probably not be possible without Shriners because without the brace, I mean I had the brace on and that was difficult because it was very I know it was from here down to here, so it's kind of hard to move around. But after my surgery, it helped a lot being able to do those sports. It's really amazing because they talk to the kids and the adults. Like some hospitals, they just talk to the parents and tell them, but they like to talk to both of you and have both of them understand what's going on. My prognosis is really good since after my surgery I've been able to play all the sports and been able to do stuff I really love to do.
Awesome. Now you can meet more kids like Molly, find out how you can help the Shriners make a difference in their lives. Saturday, 6 during the East-West Shrine Game. We'll have more of their inspirational stories, and then you'll see the stars of Montana's high school football take the field live from Memorial Stadium in Great Falls. All that Saturday at 6, right here on MTN News and streaming online, montanasports.com.
Love that. Great game and a great cause. In other news, Red Ants Pants founder Sarah Calhoun wasn't born in Montana, but since moving to White Sulphur Springs, she's helped transform the small community. In this week's Under the Big Sky special, Sarah Calhoun shares her journey from a small farm in Connecticut to rural Montana.
Under the Big Sky is sponsored by Rocky Mountain Vein Clinic and Markovich Real Estate.
I grew up on a farm in Connecticut, a very rural part of the state. Spent about 5 years doing seasonal work all around the East Coast, and then got into trail crews and started moving westward. So worked everywhere from Tennessee to Maine, on to Arizona, California, Washington. The whole time just had no pants that fit as far as a heavy-duty pair of outdoor work pants. You end up wearing men's pants because that's all that was available at the time. I decided to move to Montana. I had never been here. But it was the kind of place I was saving and holding up into high esteem somehow. Had this image of it. After about a year in Bozeman, that got to be too big of a town for me. I wanted to be in a more rural, authentic Montana area. And I had just read Ivan Doig's book, This House of Sky. He wrote this memoir about growing up here in White Sulphur Springs, and I read it. Sounded like a good place to be, so I came to visit one time, found this old saddle shop for sale, and moved up here. Man, were there some curious people that came down and just super interested in who I am and what my story is and what I was doing. Like any small town, if you just pause and observe and understand how the place works, then you can just kind of roll into the lifestyle here, and that's what I tried to do. It was great. Everyone came to the grand opening, and then You know, that was in October, fall of '06, and we're about to celebrate our 10-year anniversary, which is crazy to think about.
Now, the Red Ants Pants Music Festival kicks off July 26th, running through the 29th. Appreciate Sarah and all of her hard work. It is time for a quick time out. When we return, MTN's Mike Dennison takes a look at Montana's wind power, where we stand compared to other states. That's just ahead. Much more Montana This Morning coming up.